all those people that have known me know that I can do anything pretty well around that racetrack except get behind this microphone. I have these speeches all made up, what I'm going to say and what I'm not going to say. I get up here, I go blank. I have some people here that I'd like to recognize tonight. And starting off, I want to thank all you drivers and owners for being there, because you're the one that puts on the show for people in the stands. I also want to thank the pit crew and their wives, especially the wives, because I'm sure I know exactly what they go through. Next, I'd like to thank all the employees of Super Bowl Speedway. If I call them off, we'd like to be here all night long, so I'm just thanking all the employees of the Super Bowl Speedway. I'd like to thank Mr. Renfro for the Renfro Ambulance Service. He's always there. He might be a little bit late and I start getting edgy. But before the hot lap starts, he always manages to make it there. Next, I'd like to thank Mr. Glenn Cousins, Cousins Auto Salvage. I think he does a nice job with our record service out there. I'd like to thank David Bodie and Tom Lorenz, the Smiley's shop, and also the dealer in Hoosier Racing Tires for us. I want to thank Mr. Eddie Williams, the Tri-County Plumbing. He donates a lot of his time, a lot of his material. As a matter of fact, he's a plumber at Super Bowl Speedway. I have a lot to thank Eddie for. All right, I'd like to thank Mr. Leonard Goodwin. He's my sign painter. He paints all of our signs for us. As of yet, I can't get him to take a dime for it. That's the same way with Eddie Williams. Next, I want to give a special thanks. I want to thank Deborah and Rick for all the work they've done through the winter of last year and on up to this point. Deborah slings a pretty mean paintbrush, and she's awful good gopher. If you need anything, she gets there and gets back with it. And I really want to give thanks to my son, Rick McCombs. He's worked awful hard down there. He's built us a new office building. He's put us a reserve section in up there. He's put up lighting behind the grandstand. Built us a new pit office. Last year, he built us a new wall and a new tire catcher fence. Also redone the pit stands. The other thing I'd really like to thank him for, when I had that heart attack in June, and I was off a month, I think he done an excellent job of running that racetrack. And it makes me feel good to know that I can depend on someone. I thank you a lot. Let's get on with these presentations. We'll get this band cranked up here in a minute. But before that, did everybody get a plenty to eat? Okay. I'm going to give this microphone back to Rich. I can quit shaking for a while. Here.
Still vibrating on it. There's somebody else that we need to recognize that is here tonight and is really what makes the Super Bowl as pretty as it is. And she's glowing tonight just like she always is, and I just love to hear her laugh. Y'all welcome the other partner, Ms. Lois McComas. I thought about doing an impression. I'm not really a good impressionist, but I thought I would do one that particularly those guys who pit down towards where you exit off of the track to go into the pits, the guys who are down there close to that speaker, there's always something that they're going to remember quite well. If you haven't drawn for your number, would you please come to the board and draw your number, please? That was my my David Colgrove impression. I just couldn't let that go by without that. And welcome back, Ari McCullough, sir.
Like I say, I'm nervous and everything. I know there's a lot of people that I didn't recognize over this microphone, but there's three more people that I'd like to say thanks to, and that's Floyd Crodell, Dolan Crodell, and Beth Crodell. They've done a lot of work down here through the winter, through the summer.
We're going to get these presentations underway now, and I want to remind you that when you come up here to accept your award, if you'd like to recognize members of your pit crew or your owner or whatever, you are certainly welcome to do so, because those guys hardly ever get recognized, and girls who have helped out as well. So if you'd like to say something about them, you're certainly welcome to. We're going to start out with street stock and finishing in 10th place in the points. Driving car number 9, Mr. Bert Fowler. Okay, we'll spend his money later. Finishing in 9th place, driving the 77X car, Mr. Ricky Daniels. Y'all remember to pose up here real pretty for the camera, too, if you look out there for outlaw photography, so we get a good shot of your smiling face. Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't tell him that. Congratulations, Rick. Finishing in 8th place, driving car number 48, Mr. Johnny Wynn. All right.
Hey, here's a gentleman right here that stood in these same tracks last year. Said, "You'll never see me back in a race car. I'm going to be a spectator from now on." All right, here he is again this year. He told me a while ago that he wouldn't be back in the car next year. So let's just all wait and see whether he's back or not. It gets your blood, it's hard to get out.
These are some real sharp jackets, too, that Chattanooga Chew provided, that the top 10 point drivers are getting. Finishing in 7th place, car number 19, Greg Kiles. Finishing in 6th place, car number 10, Mike Grutza. Yeah, I remember Mike rolling up there, I think, between the number 1 and number 2 turn. Finishing in 5th place, in car number 20, Claude Buford. Claude Zippo Ladder Buford. Loses a Zippo every week. That's what his car's been running on, is that old Zippo back. Finishing in 4th place, car number 94, Mr. Curtis Sewell. You'll be seeing this gentleman driving a hot stock next year. They inspected his car and said, "This is a hot stock, son." Finishing in 3rd place in car number 31, Mr. Mike Crawford. Mike hasn't been feeling well, and his hair has grown a lot longer. And who's receiving for it? What's your name? Deborah Crawford. Okay. Our second place finisher. I think this was his first year to race too, wasn't it? First year to race out of the Super Bowl Speedway in the street stock, driving car number 34, Mr. Ron Jackson. Well, Ron had a good teacher because his son finished in first place for the second year in a row. In street stock number 17, the champion of the street stock, Mr. Ben Jackson. Okay, we're going to take 2 photographs here. Now remember, if you want to say something about your picture or something, you're certainly welcome to. You want to get a father and son shot here? Is that what you're... Okay, we're going to move up into the hot stock now. Some of the most competitive racing we've seen came out of the hot stocks this year. Finishing in 10th place, driving car number 51, Harvey the Rubber Ducky Gomez. Harvey's going to be moving up into a late model next year. He got that rubber ducky, a helmet, and he's going to move on up in class. Going to take the wide angle lens, get all of Harvey in. Finishing in 9th place in the hot stock at the Super Bowl Speedway, driving car number 50, Mr. Dwight Angel. Our 8th place finisher in the hot stock, driver of car number 84, Mr. Ken Ivey. Finishing in 7th place in car number 34, Mr. Donnie Woods. Donnie's not here? Okay. There you go. Finishing in 6th place in the hot stock, and car number 09. This guy ran into the front wall more than any other driver in the history of the Super Bowl, Mr. Scott Bachman. Yeah, he's improved tremendously. He's hit it straight on. Okay, finishing in 5th place was Richard Parr, and he was unable to be here tonight. He was having to work to try and pay for his car so we can race next week. Oh, I'm so sorry I couldn't be here. It was all serious money. Okay, finishing in 4th place in car number 9, Mr. Keith Lewis. Keith is going to be moving up into the super stock. He's going to try and get out on the asphalt and do some racing next year. And he'll be making some appearances at the Super Bowl Speedway when he's not on the asphalt. He's still going to be out there running it? Mark, you're going to take over Richard Petty's car, aren't you?
I'd like to thank everybody out here. It's been real fun running with everybody here. My parents, Al and Sharon Lewis, Jansen's, Bachman's, crew chief Chad Gable and his girlfriend Suzanne. They've been out there every week with me. And Hardy, Lois, everybody at this track, man, you're all great. Appreciate it. It's been real fun.
Third place finisher in the hot stock, number 61, Mark Mohan. Took him longer to kill that long neck than he thought it would. What's that on the left hand, you say? Well, that's, hey, when you only finish in third place, you usually wind up having to get married, Mark. So congratulations to you. We're glad for you. Finishing in second place, car number 74, James Bunch. Okay, you want to make some presentations here, don't you, James? Okay, and our first place finisher in the hot stock, driver of car number 8, ladies and gentlemen, the champion of the Super Bowl Speedway in the hot stock, Mr. James Ellis. Okay. You want to make a presentation now? Who wants to start first? James, you want to start first here?
Well, she knows she didn't have enough time, so she come on around. Well, for some reason or another, poor Mr. Greg Kyles lost his car. So, we all got together, and we got Miss Judy Kennard a shirt that says Crash Kennard, number 19. Judy, if you would, please come up there.
Well, we certainly have never had anybody better looking to kiss the wall out of the Super Bowl.
We'd like to present Curtis Sewell an Outstanding Driving Award.
Mr. Robert Goodwin. They gave me $1 to say that. So they gave me 10 if I said it twice. Goob. Finishing in ninth place in the limited modified, driving car number 7, Nikki Couch. He's still looking for the exit out of the pit gate. Finishing in 8th place in car number 33, Eddie Williams. Having a special Tom Lorenz car built for Eddie Williams, and next year it's going to have numbers on both sides. Finishing in 7th place, driving car number 25, was Jerry Little. And I don't think Jerry was able to be with us tonight. Finishing in 6th place, driving car number 49, Robert Nordstrom. Brought a sack lunch with him.
I don't know where this thing ain't got a steering wheel. I got a couple people I need to recognize this year. First off, we need to recognize my co-owner and my pit crew. Did a fabulous job this year. One in particular, wait a minute, I gotta get my sack lunch here. Guy that came on at the end of the year to help us. Gary, you wanna come on up here? He's helped us out a whole bunch, never asked for a thing. We really appreciate all the help here. Next, we got to give some credit to the guy that kept the paint on the car all year, even though I like to run into things once in a while. Leo, you want to come up here? Leo's with Coogan Auto Body out of Greenville, Texas. He did a really nice job painting the car and getting it ready for the show at the Auto Rim that we had, and I hope he'll do the same for us again this year. Another fellow that really helped us out, we had some pretty serious motor problems this year, and as a matter of fact, we had to sit out 2 weeks. If it wasn't for this guy, we wouldn't have made it to the end of the season. Dave, you can't hide over somewhere? I'll make you get up and show your face tonight. Dave, we really appreciate all the help. And one other fella puts in a lot. Make sure he always gets his 2 cents in. I'm not going to make him walk up here, but Dick, we really appreciate all the help you've given us. Thank you, everybody.
I heard Steve McMacken over here say a while ago there's a new paint remover out that's called Nordstrom. I don't know what he meant by that. Finishing in 5th place, and a fellow that Ari and Lois owe a lot to, and they appreciate him a lot, and he's a pretty decent guy, and he's got a real good-looking woman with him. Finishing in 5th place, driving car number 39, Rick McComas. Finishing in 4th place in the limited modified, driving car number 41, Steve McMacken. Steve was the champion last year at the Super Bowl Speedway. Our our third place finisher, car number 19, Richard McGibney. Richard's going to be here a little bit later. He had to get his hair done. And so he'll be here a little later on. Finishing in second place in car number 3, Mr. Jimmy Goodwin. Well, it's usually those 3 other guys out there when he came up here. They just been out the door. And they had envelopes like these in their hands. I don't know what happened. And for the first time ever, a repeat champion of the limited modified. He won it back in 1982, and he won it again this year in the limited modified, driving car number 16, Mr. Ricky Smith. We'll get 2 photographs this time. Okay, there's one other thing we need to do. Let me walk down here before. You'll need to stay right up here where you are. Would you bring that over to me, Dolan? I was asked to make this special presentation, and it was difficult for me to do. There were a handful of people that got together. They wanted to do something special for somebody special. This has been a tough year at the Super Bowl Speedway. The McComases have bent, but they've never given. They've never broken. They stayed and they fought. They continued to fight. 2 of the most beautiful people you'll ever know, if you know these 2. And there were a handful of people that wanted to do something special for 2 very special people who had an enduring summer that they put up with at the Super Bowl Speedway because they love you so much. They love the pit crew, they love the drivers and the owners, and they appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And this is a special gift to the McComases from some very special friends. Save that bowl and use it for a trophy and save money next year.
She doesn't do much better than I do. But I want to thank everyone that had anything to do with this clock, and we sure appreciate it. And it is really a beautiful clock. And thank you again.
And we'll be there next year.
Like I said, we're going to be there next year. We're going to be there the year after. We've had like Chris said, we've had a hard year this year. The economy's down. But maybe No, I'm not going to say that. We may not have a new president. We might have a new vice president. Anyway it goes, I'm thinking times are going to get better. I know there's a lot of people out of jobs, a lot of people working part-time hours, and they can't afford a race car really to go anywhere. Man, I've been down that road all my life, and I know how it is. All right, I want to thank y'all again.
One last presentation that we wanted to make, and it's because of this young man that has given the inspiration to the McComases and to a lot of people. And this award was specially designed, it was handcrafted by James Haven. A lot of you know him. And he did all the work on this. And it says, from the Super Bowl Speedway, proudly presents the Inspirational Driver of the Year Award for 1988 to Mr. Keith Lewis.
Thank you, everybody.
I guarantee you one thing, this is the last time I'm going to talk on this microphone tonight. We're going to get that band up there and we're going to play a little of this country music. But I just look over here and I see my youngest son come in. He's always kind of slow. He's slow except when he gets in a race car and then he likes to gas it. Terry McComas standing over at the bar. I'd like to thank him.
I would just like to say on behalf of Outlaw Photography, Mike Lane and myself, you people are the best people that are going anywhere. And I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. McComas for allowing us to come down and take you pictures. You people. And I plan on being there next year, but dadgum, stay out of the corners.